Welcome to the Business of Soul Searching. My name is Erin, and I invite you to join me as I travel the world challenging risk takers who have soul searched and came out on the other side to tell us their incredible stories. Are you ready for this? This is Erin from the Business of Soul Searching, and I'm here with Brooxana Pierre.
Yes.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, of course. So we have a couple things coming up for this episode. This is my last episode of this season. We're going to get to know Brooxana, and then the second half, I'll be talking about my trip to Bali in January. I would say it's moving so quickly, but I would say about 3 weeks.
Wow.
Until I know, I can't believe it. I'm like, I just made my last payment. So, I'll just kind of be prepping listeners and followers about kind of what to expect, what I'm going to be doing while I'm in Bali, and we're just going to play some games and we're going to have some fun.
Yes.
So before we kind of get into your history with being a singer, I just wanted to play a quick game so I can get to know, what types of artists that you like.
Okay.
So, and you have to think quickly with this one. This is just kind of off the top. Okay. So it's either or.
Okay.
So I'll give you two names and tell me which one you would prefer. Lauryn Hill or Erykah Badu? I know. I was like, I need to stump her. I want to
Okay. I'll go with Lauryn Hill.
Okay. Brandy or Fantasia?
Brandy.
Okay. Cardi B or Nicki?
Oh man. Okay. Cardi B.
Okay. Remy or Lil' Kim?
Oh, Lil' Kim.
Okay. Beyonce or Jasmine Sullivan?
Oh man, that's hard. Okay, Beyonce.
Okay. Jay-Z or Nas?
Jay-Z.
Jay-Z. So would you rather listen to pop music or more soul music?
More soul.
Okay, makes sense. And then the last one is, would you prefer hip-hop music or trap music?
I prefer hip-hop music. Yeah.
Okay, all right. No, I'm curious. I feel like finding out what artists you prefer kind of gives us a sense of or leads us into knowing more about what type of music you like to make. So the way it's described, you are the baby sister of 101 Collective. You're the youngest member. And that is out of Providence for people that are unfamiliar with that brand and business. And you are also from Brooklyn?
Yes, I was born in Brooklyn. Yep.
And then I just thought it was so awesome because I'm like, her name's Brooxana.
Oh, yeah.
She's from. Is there a connection with that?
My parents haven't told me that there was a connection, but there probably was. But they haven't told me that there was a connection.
Got it. So tell us a little bit about you kind of deciding to choose music. What led you down that path?
Yeah, okay. I started in school singing in church. And that was like, at first I started, my parents showed me different artists. Like my dad would always bring CDs of Beyonce and Mariah Carey performing.
Wow.
Like the performances and everything.
So he liked music like that?
Yeah.
Interesting.
He went to, I think he went to NYU, but he did it like business, but he was like always into music too.
Ooh.
So he wanted to like introduce me to like Beyonce and Mariah Carey. So I would watch their performances all day, every day.
Wow.
And then my mom, she would listen to George Michael, and my dad introduced us to Michael Jackson too, and Tevin Campbell, and my mom would listen to George Michael and Celine Dion. So like ever since I like listened to or seen the performances on TV, I was like, wow, I want to do something like that. And then when I got older, I was in school and I was singing in the choir. I always wanted to do something with music, but my voice wasn't there.
Okay.
So, like I didn't like train my voice.
Okay.
So, but I knew I always wanted to do something with it, but I just didn't know how to sing or how to write a song.
Like control your voice.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
And so it started like with high school. That's when I started to get voice lessons, and I started to think about what I want to talk about in music, because when I was younger, to be honest, it was more like I want to be on stage. Like, I didn't think of like anything else that came with it.
Okay.
So then when I started going to high school, I was like thinking about it, like, this is what I really want, because people were asking like, what colleges do you want to go to? I say I want to go to music college.
Okay.
So like I have to like know what I want and like know where I'm going to audition and go to this music college. So I think junior year and senior year I started singing in school, like singing like not being nervous anymore and just
Okay.
singing.
Yeah, yeah.
So that kind of developed my talent more. So I started writing songs. I started going to AS220, like
Oh,
downtown.
and that's how you
Yes.
met. Oh, okay, okay.
Yes.
That's an awesome spot for
Yep.
people who aren't familiar with Providence, because I have listeners all over. But so AS220 is like just an awesome program for
Yes.
people, for creatives to come and grow and collaborate with each other
Yep.
regarding music, perform, and all that.
Yeah.
I'm sure much more than I'm describing. But okay.
Yes. So when I started going to AS220, I started taking songwriting classes with my teacher Primo, and like it just made me think like, what do I really want to say through music? Like, cause music, I tried different things like poetry, art, and different things, but like music was just like kept like bringing me back.
Okay.
And I just kept wanting to find more about it and like searching deeper into it. So the songwriting class kind of helped me like think about what do I really want to say through my music, and then like through AS220, that's when I wrote my like first songs and all that stuff. So
How did
I
that
was-
feel?
It felt so good when I finished my first song. It was kind of like what did I do that?
Yeah.
And then when I started making more of my music,
Yeah.
I started like experimenting, like, oh, this is what I sound like. This is what I want to talk about. Like,
Okay.
it's kind of getting to know myself as an artist.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and then now, it's just right now right now I'm kind of like trying to find deeper meaning in my music, like to go even deeper into like because I feel like through music like that's me, like it's myself. So that's where all my imperfections lie. That's where I tell my stories. That's where I release. So that's
And so I think kind of what you're talking about is what music does for you, and that you're just kind of refining your craft. But
Yes.
there's a pull on specifically music versus like painting, for
Yep.
example, because that's art as well.
Yes.
So how does it feel to perform? Like, if you could describe it.
The feeling of performing is kind of like whenever I'm on a stage, it's kind of overwhelming because I don't really know how to perform, because I always been like just standing still, like singing in front of people, because
Yep,
like in
church.
church and
Yep,
everything.
yep,
Yeah.
yep, yep. Just standing, everyone's like,
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I don't really know how to move on stage.
Okay.
But past the nerves and everything, like it feels like just freeing, kind of. And it just to see like everybody watching you, and then it's just like
and when they get
Great.
excited
Yeah.
on it, and they're like connecting with you, and
Yes,
you're
that's
probably
like the best part.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Tell me, because clearly there's been so many people coming out of New York that are amazing artists. What is it about New York that generates these amazing talents, do you think?
I think New York is, like everybody sees it as a fast-paced like environment. So it's kind of like you. It's kind of that what is it called? That motto, I guess. Like if you don't go and get it, like somebody will replace you, or like
True.
like if you don't do it now, like nobody's gonna wait for you. Like you're just not gonna do it.
True.
So I feel like in New York, it kind of like it probably like pushes people more
To
like,
go for
so
it.
you have to be like your best, not like better than anybody else, but you're better than what you did before,
Interesting.
So yeah.
No, but that's true. I was actually just telling someone the other day, I don't like money, or like the perception of money, but
Yes.
if I'm not getting it, someone else is going to. And
Yeah.
if I'm like too scared to accomplish my dreams or really just push myself,
Yeah.
there's someone else that, and it's not even, I like how you describe it, because it's not necessarily a competition, but it's more just like you can either go for your dream or not.
Yes.
And there's someone out there that's willing to be like, all right, I'll take that risk. I'll spend my last
Yep.
dollar. I'll sleep in my car. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who's like, I want my dream so badly that I'll do whatever I need to do.
Exactly. Yeah.
I was always curious. I'm like, what is it about New York? Clearly, there's plenty of artists all over, the United States and,
Yep.
and outside of the U.S. also, I
Yeah.
will say, that, are grinding and doing their thing. But I feel like there's just something about New York that's just churning out these amazing artists. I'm like, I love it. So right now, so it sounds like you're kind of exploring and you're finding yourself in your music. How would you describe your particular sound?
I think I would describe my sound as like powerful and like meaningful, like with like there's a purpose behind it. And I would say like pain too, because like through the years of like finding myself and people telling me not to do like music and everything, like it really like brought me down. So like now that I have like training my voice now and I'm singing my story now, it's like this is what, how do you say this? This is
This
the
is
result
why I
of,
went
yeah.
through. This is what I
Yeah.
and that really is the business of soul searching. It's
Yep.
really like, I'm now kind of on the other side. I'm still building, I'm
Yeah.
still learning, I'm still, doing that, but I'm able to tell my story now. And now I realize why I went through all of that.
Yes.
So what are like some examples, if you feel comfortable talking about, that you identify kind of as pain that you release in your songs?
Okay. Well, when I was younger, my parents don't really want me. Don't. Well, my dad kind of supports me more than my mom, but they kind of still are iffy about the music. So when I was younger, it was more. It was more like pressure. Like you can't make money with that. So like so it would make me feel like. It was just making me feel like I have to find something so I could tell them like this is worth it. Like that's why I try to like find the deeper meaning, because like if it doesn't mean anything to me, like it's obviously it's not gonna do any. Obviously they're gonna believe that it's not gonna do anything for me.
True.
So I guess try to prove to them, but at the same time prove to myself. So that would bring me a lot of pain, but right now I write about my love for music and just how I never like walked away. It taught me like patience and like just a whole lot of like it just taught me patience. That's like my main thing, because I just kept coming back to it. So
And that's my mantra now, because especially in the beginning, you get like, oh, I just want it to happen.
Yeah.
Like, and for me, like, I see interviews and I'm just like, I want to be doing that. Like, I want to be
Yes.
there. I want to not be that person, but I want to be involved in that energy of the
Yes.
interview. I already want to be up, so it does take patience.
Yep.
And no one's gonna believe in your dream like you do,
yeah.
right? Like sometimes it's just you out there, making it happen, and people are kind of like, oh, maybe she might make it,
Yep.
and it's you, So, no, but I respect that, and I like that you're saying that your songs are more so meaningful.
Yeah.
So, good stuff. Do you feel it's difficult finding your target audience in today's society? Because a lot of at least the younger generation are more into music that is not so thought-provoking
Yeah.
and thought out. So
Yeah.
do you struggle finding your target audience?
I think I do, because I do show my friends my songs and they're kind of like they, once I explain it to them, they're
Yep.
like, "Oh, wow." But like I don't think they would listen to it again. So it's like they are like cuz they're so used to, like the
Other types of-
yeah, so it's like when you hear that, it's kind of like it's like stuff that has like meaning and like stuff that is real and not like, perfect.
Like having
Yeah.
substance.
Like when they're not used to it, I guess. So I think it is hard when it comes to that. Like they're not gonna be used to it. But I think that there are people out there who do search for this kind of music.
Agreed.
So I think I think it would be hard, but you'll get like some type of audience, because there are people out there who will like listen.
And it's difficult to, like we said, be patient to find those people
Yeah.
because that's the whole thing. It's just getting on the right platform or like you're in a group now. So
Yes.
I'm sure that's going to give you more exposure. And just like, like I said, I know those people are out there. I'm out there. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I like that type of
Yes.
music. So it's kind of like, just not getting, how do you say, to keep coming back, I
Yeah.
guess. Because it can be like, oh my gosh, like my friends don't like this type of music. Does anyone
Yes.
like it? And,
Yeah.
and it is,
Yeah, I would think about that too. Like I would be like is my message too complex? Like I don't know. Like should I be singing like everybody else? But you just got to stick to being like your own artist and people will like come. So
And something I also am always curious about with women in the music industry, what do you think is unique about kind of being a female in this industry, which hear is cutthroat at times?
yes. I think what's unique is like just like you could tell your story like my story as a female and not really have somebody else tell it for you. So yeah, so I think that's like the most unique part to me because it's like I don't see much females like out here really
In Providence
or maybe like in the industry. Like I feel like there's more rappers, more guy rappers, there's more guy singers or stuff like that. So I think for like a female to be in the industry, like more females to be in the industry, it will be something different because it'll just bring people like a different
Perspective.
yeah, exactly, perspective.
And I like that you said that you get to tell your own story, and that's so important for people, to be aware of because as
Yeah.
women, everyone wants to tell us, oh, this is how she thinks,
Yes.
this is how she feels, and it's like,
Yeah,
I never said
no.
that, first of all, so you don't know what
Yes.
I'm thinking or how I'm feeling or my opinion on that. So I completely, align with you on that, and that's something I love about music. That's something I love about radio.
Yeah.
Is that I'm able to interview people and let them tell their truth.
Yep.
So that's awesome. So what can we look forward to in the future for you?
Well, I'm having a Christmas CD that is coming out around Christmas. And so look forward to that.
This
And-
Christmas?
Yes.
It's coming up soon.
Yeah.
Cool.
And yeah. So more stuff with the 101 Collective. We have a lot of new stuff coming. So yeah.
And you've done performances throughout Providence so
Yes.
far, so you're kind of getting things going and,
Yeah.
and understanding yourself and learning yourself. So that'll be exciting to kind of look forward to in the future. 2018 is like right tomorrow. Thankfully, I'm like, oh yeah, like in 2018, I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, that's like tomorrow. Like that's literally on
Yeah.
my. All right, cool. So before we take our break, where can people find you on social media?
People can find me on Instagram at Brooxana, Brooxana, and on Twitter, Brooxana, Brooxana, and on Facebook, Brooxana Pierre, Brooxana Pierre.
Awesome. So you can find her there if you want to collaborate or you want to book her for a show or you want to just kind of learn more about her. And so we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Running in and out, consciousness, begged you to know I'm in need. Think I matter,
we're back. So for people that are just tuning in, this is Erin from the Business of Soul Searching. This is my last episode of season 3, and I have Brooxana Pierre with me. Previously in the episode, we talked about kind of her, joining the music group that she's in now, and just how church influenced her sound and different artists. We played a game and everything. Mm-hmm. So now the second part, I just am really trying to, prep listeners to know what's coming up in January 2018. So for people that have been following me, I've been teasing people with pictures of Bali and, and where I'm going to be staying and stuff. And so essentially my businesswoman crush is Tanisha Barnes. Shout out T Barnes. I met her about a year ago. She also was interviewed on the show earlier this year. Mm-hmm. And so she's an esthetician and has a beauty brand, and she has a travel resort clothing line. In addition to beauty products, she only invests in women and or people of color. That's her choice. She's a huge advocate for the Black community and gets very political online, and I love it. She speaks her mind. She says, So anyway, so I'm following her. She does these trips across seas, and so I think this is maybe her 4th trip, and so she started off with 12 people. Going with her, they went to Ghana, and then another trip, they went to, I think it was, another one they were going to go to Morocco, and there was another one, and then there's this one coming next year's Thailand, 2019, January 2019 for people. And so this,
That's so cool.
for Bali, so we're going with 45 other people. So it started off being like almost like a girls' trip, like where people are, they're having fun, but they're also doing history, related stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm super, super excited. I think I'm going to, be meeting a lot of people that I'd be interested in featuring on my show, and just other business people. And it's also, we're renting out the whole hotel because 45 people is, you know what I'm saying? That's basically the whole 5-star hotel.
Yep.
And so we're going to wake up, do yoga every morning if we want to. That's
really
included
cool.
in the package. And so I'm hoping to find some entrepreneurs to bring back to you guys and just get some good quality content so people can understand what it's like to live in Bali, to do business in Bali if they're interested in branching out their t-shirt line, or they're interested in being, booked to do a music performance in Bali or something. Who do I need to call? Who's my connection? So I am hoping also to do a photo shoot while I'm there. So started off being a vacation, and now it's like a work vacation, because I just feel like I'm not gonna really get a chance to go back to Bali probably anytime soon. So I was like, let me make use for it. The currency is, our American dollar goes much further there. For example, massages, if that would be like 60 or 70 here, is like $10.
Really?
So like the person is like, everyone's like, I'm getting a massage every day because 6 days, you know what I'm saying, would be the price that you pay for one here. So I'm just really, really excited. I'm hoping next year also to do some live performances, linking with people. There's some awesome podcasts that I've met, over the year. And I just am hoping to kind of collab with people and just get some work done and, just meet, just even more awesome people. Like this year I've met people I've never identified with, how do I say this? I've never met so many people that I actually connect with in 1 year. Like I have from starting this podcast. Like it's really put me into this realm of people that I just could talk to for hours and hours.
Wow, that's great.
And, and they support me, and people will plug my show, and, that people that I'm just like, I didn't even know you knew I had a show. Like some people, yes, I worked with them, but some people I'm just like, wow, like, I saw you went at a fashion show, and we haven't spoken since, and you're, adding me on Facebook. So
That's so cool.
I'm just, season 4, I can't believe I'm saying it, is just going to be a little bit different. Obviously, with the influence of Bali, but it's just going to be different. I'm going to, I always want to step it up for each season. I want things to be just tighter, my questions more informative. I'm hoping also to do some mission work next year.
Oh,
But
cool.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
hoping. I think that'd be awesome. For
Where do you think you'll do the mission work?
I'm not sure yet,
Okay.
but what's happening? So I'm stepping into this realm of advocacy.
Uh-huh.
Previous to this podcast was like, I don't want to touch politics. I don't want to look at politics. I don't want to hear politics. And I realize, and you may agree, as a woman of color, we are politics. Everything that's decided upon directly impacts me, and if I have children, and just if I can work, I just feel like I have too much stake to win or lose for me
Yep.
to avoid it.
Yeah.
And when these, in a way, it's kind of genocides or mass killings, or when stuff like that happens, I post about it, but I'm like, this isn't enough. You know what I mean? So I'm wanting to. I would like to transition this. Obviously, be doing regular interviews, but if something comes up in a couple weeks, book a
Yeah.
flight and fly out there and go
Cool,
and
yeah.
help people and just record the people that I'm working with
Oh,
if
yeah.
we're building
that'd be
homes.
So cool. Yeah.
I think that'd be exactly
like a
and that's-
documentary.
Exactly,
Yeah.
like that. So and even and that's so much why I'm wanting to kind of get out of the 9 to 5 world, because I can't, like, I literally want to be the person that's standing on the state house lawn with signs,
Yeah.
in the middle of the day, advocating for things that I feel are important.
Yes.
I don't want to have to feel like, oh my gosh, my job, am I going to have a job when I get back? And so this is why I'm plugging my podcast. I'm going so hard for it,
Yes.
because I just need, my soul needs for me to work for myself.
Yes.
So it's going to be a fun year. This year was definitely a struggle of just like finding out what I want to do with this podcast. But I think I have an idea. And there'll be more details. So I'll prep people, on my break. I will let you guys know how you can contribute and just participate and, where to find me and everything. So, but for now, I'm going to have to say goodbye to recording for a few weeks.
Oh.
So I really wish all of my listeners and my followers to be well. If you all have any questions, or you're like, hey, Erin, I want to book you for a modeling kind of, face of someone's brand type of thing, or you want to collab, you want to do a live event of interviewing or whatever, definitely message me on Facebook. My podcast Facebook is The Business of Soul Searching. My personal one is Erin Alexander Edwards for people. It's either way. I'd prefer the Boss Podcast one, but it's up to you. And then my Instagram is Business of Soul. You're more than welcome to, hit me there, and I'll see you all. What'd you say?
I said I'll follow you right now.
Oh, please, to keep up, because
Yes.
on my time off, I'll do kind of just different things. I'll do some Throwback Thursdays so that people can kind of catch up, and so I'm going to just kind of, I see. But yes, thank you so much, Brooxana, for being here.
Thank you
on my
for
last
inviting me.
episode, and yeah, we're gonna see what 2018 brings.
Yep.
And that concludes another exciting episode of The Business of Soul Searching. If the content discussed in this podcast interests you, please contact me at thebusinessofsoulsearching@gmail.com. Also, make sure you subscribe. And most importantly, take a calculated risk this week. Don't do it for me, do it for you.